Hey, Vikings Nation. Skol. Baby, it's time to dive into the hottest Minnesota Vikings news for 2025. And oh boy, do we have some juicy topics to unpack. From our ferocious defense to whispers of a blockbuster trade that could shake the NFL, we're breaking it all down today. Could the Vikings be eyeing a game-changer like Micah Parsons? And what's the latest on J.J. McCarthy and our Super Bowl dreams? Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Let's get into it. What's the one move you think could push our Vikings to the top? Drop it in the comments. Our defense, led by the genius Brian Flores, was a straight-up juggernaut last season, and 2025 is looking even scarier. We're talking a top 10 unit, second in the NFL against the run, and a pass rush that racked up 48 sacks. Jonathan Greenid was a beast with 12 sacks. Andrew Van Ginkel wasn't far behind with 11.5, and rookie sensation Dallas Turner is ready to explode as the next great edge rusher. What's got me hyped is how Flores schemes chaos. Blitzes from every angle, disguises that leave QBs clueless. So, what's the ceiling for this defense in 2025? Could they be the best in the league? Now, here's where things get spicy. There's a rumor floating around that Dallas Cowboys star Micah Parsons might want out of Dallas. Yeah, you heard that right. Micah freaking Parsons, one of only 2 players in NFL history, alongside Reggie White, with 12-plus sacks in each of his first 4 seasons. Imagine him in purple, wreaking havoc under Flores' system. But hold up. Is this rumor legit or just wishful thinking? We're diving deep into this blockbuster idea next, so stick around. What do you think? Would Parsons be the missing piece for a Vikings Super Bowl run? Alright, let's talk about this Micah Parsons buzz. The word on the street is that Parsons is frustrated with the Cowboys front office, particularly Jerry Jones, for dragging their feet on his contract extension. Last offseason, he could have signed for around $35 million a year, but now, we're talking $41 million or more to lock him up. Parsons isn't just an elite pass rusher. He's a Swiss Army knife, dropping into coverage, playing off the ball like he did at Penn State, and just being a nightmare for offenses. Sounds like a Flores dream player, right? But is this trade talk real or just Cowboys drama stirring the pot? Here's the catch. Even if Parsons is available, the cost would be astronomical. Think 2 first-round picks and a young stud like Dallas Turner just to start the conversation. Compare it to the Khalil Mack trade. Parsons is younger, arguably better, and would command a king's ransom. For the Vikings, who are already stacked with Greenid, Van Ginkel, and Turner, would it be worth gutting our draft capital? I'm torn. Skol fans, what's your take? Would you trade the farm for Parsons? Or are we good with our current pass rush crew? Let's be real. Parsons in Minnesota would be electrifying, but it's a long shot. The Cowboys aren't likely to let their best player walk, and the Vikings' cap space and draft picks are precious with J.J. McCarthy's era just starting. Still, imagining Flores dialing up blitzes with Parsons as the centerpiece? Chills. Let's shift gears to our QB situation. J.J. McCarthy is the talk of the town, and his 2025 debut could define our season. Are you ready for the McCarthy era? Let's break it down next. Speaking of J.J. McCarthy, the kid is stepping into the spotlight as our QB1 in 2025, and the hype is real. After missing his entire rookie year with a meniscus injury, McCarthy's back and ready to lead. He's got the tools, poise, arm strength, and a knack for big plays. Reports from training camp say he's impressing everyone, with team captain Harrison Phillips comparing him to a young Josh Allen. But here's the question. Can a 22-year-old QB handle the pressure of a Super Bowl contending roster? What's your confidence level in JJ right now? The Vikings' 2025 schedule is no joke, and McCarthy's got a tough road ahead. Week 1, he's facing Caleb Williams and the Bears in Chicago. Talk about a baptism by fire. Then, it's Michael Penix Jr. and the Falcons in primetime. With a stacked defense, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, and TJ Hawkinson. McCarthy's got the weapons to succeed. But as we saw last year with Sam Darnold's 14-win season, it's about execution. Can McCarthy deliver 20 touchdowns and keep the picks low? That's the floor for a playoff push. What's your bold prediction for JJ's stat line this year? The McCarthy era kicks off with a brutal stretch, but this roster is built to compete. The offensive line got a massive upgrade with Will Fries and Ryan Kelly, and our skill players are elite. If McCarthy can be competent, not perfect, just solid, this team could make noise in the postseason. But what happens if he struggles? Could we see a repeat of the Christian Ponder days? Or is this kid the real deal? Let's keep the faith, Vikings Nation, but tell me, what's the one thing McCarthy needs to prove in Week 1? Now, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. The Vikings 2025 season is all about two factors, McCarthy and the running game. Last year, we went 14-3, but our rushing offense ranked a measly 20th in DVOA. Not good enough for a Super Bowl contender. With Aaron Jones back on a big extension and Jordan Mason joining the fold, plus a revamped O-line, Kevin O'Connell's got to get this ground game into the top 12. Why does this matter? Because a balanced offense takes pressure off McCarthy. What's your go-to play call for Aaron Jones this season? The running game isn't just about stats, it's about identity. O'Connell's play calling has leaned pass-heavy since he took over, but 2025 is the year to flip the script. Aaron Jones' 31-yard touchdown scamper against the Lions last year showed what he's capable of, and Jordan Mason brings that extra juice. If we can control the clock and keep defenses honest, McCarthy's play-action game could be lethal. Imagine Jones and Mason gashing defenses, setting up Jefferson for deep shots. Skol fans, what's the key to unlocking this run game? If the Vikings can't fix the rushing attack, it could spell trouble against tough opponents like the Eagles, Ravens, and Seahawks on our schedule. A weak run game puts too much on McCarthy's plate, and we can't afford that with a rookie QB. O'Connell's got to scheme up some magic, and I'm betting he will. Let's talk about another under-the-radar storyline next, Brian Flores' contract situation. Could we lose our defensive mastermind? Stay tuned. Brian Flores is the heart of this Vikings defense. But here's the kicker. His contract is up after 2025. This guy turned our D into a top 5 unit, second in opponent EPA per play last season. He's interviewed for head coaching gigs with the Jets, Bears, and Jaguars, and 2025 could be his last dance in Minnesota. Losing Flores would be a gut punch, especially with how he's molded players like Van Ginkel and Greenwood into stars. Should the Vikings lock him up now? What's your take, Skol Nation? Flores' defense is all about versatility, guys who can rush, cover, and confuse QBs. That's why the Parsons rumor got us dreaming. But even without him, this unit is stacked. Jeff Okudah has been a surprise in training camp, and the front seven is loaded with talent. If Flores stays, could this be the year we finally get that elusive playoff win under O'Connell? The man's a genius, but his future's uncertain. Let's cherish this season. Drop your favorite Flores moment in the comments. As we wrap this up, Vikings Nation, the 2025 season is shaping up to be a thriller. McCarthy's debut, a potentially dominant defense, and a tougher schedule mean every game's gonna count. Whether it's Parsons' trade dreams or Flores' contract drama, we've got so much to talk about. So, hit that like button, drop your hottest Vikings take in the comments, and subscribe to stay locked in with all things Minnesota Vikings. Skol, baby. Let's make 2025 our year. Who's your MVP for this season? Share it below and let's keep the purple pride alive.